Should I close the door?
Sure, thank you.
Sure, thanks.
Oh, it's in here. Yes, it is.
What is it?
Hmm? Something in my neighborhood.
Tape is for the cameras on, I think so.
All right, should we go?
Ready when you are.
Okay. Let us begin the meeting. Oh, I'm echoing here. Today is what? Today is May 4th. This is the planning commission meeting at 7:30 p.m. John Van Heis is not here. I'm Scott Dale. I am here. Linda Taylor is here.
Do we have a quorum?
Yes.
Okay.
We do. Yes, we do.
So-
Michael is here, the secretary is here. And Aga, you are here.
I'm here.
You're here.
I think she
Okay.
is.
So, because we have a couple of members out, we have John Van Heis, John Mara, and Mark, the other alternate. He is not here, so should we have something to vote, you would be voting.
Okay.
All right. So we have determination of a quorum. We have, the next step is the approval of the minutes from the previous meeting. Does anybody have any observations, comments, or otherwise to the minutes that we have?
I wasn't here.
You were not here?
No.
Okay. The rest of us were here for that.
Okay.
So, any observations, comments, questions, otherwise?
No.
No? A motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from our meeting, last meeting, April 6th.
All right.
I second the motion.
All right, we're off to a roll and start here. Vote on the motion, approve, aye?
Aye.
Michael, put you down as an
Abstain.
abstention.
Yeah, you are
Abstain.
Okay. All right. Number 3 is old business. We have none. Number 4 is new business. We have none. Number 5 would be the other business proper. Status of the commissioner training course is completed. I think we've touched on this previously. I have taken mine. Are you aware of that
I
training?
have to take mine. I guess
Okay.
I have to reach out to Christina.
Christina? Yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If
Christina
you,
Murphy.
Actually, it was Rochelle, I think, that, wasn't it?
Just call the office.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, they can send you
I've
an
done
email
mine
with the
either.
links and all the information
Okay.
that you need, okay? Have you both taken your training?
No,
I haven't taken all of them.
Okay.
I couldn't get in and I made that, I told someone about it, Rochelle or somebody.
Mhm. Okay.
And they were gonna check out, and so I think John had the same problem I did.
Right, okay. On to correspondence, and which is the review of minutes of other commissions. We can go in order, I suppose. The first one is the zoning commission meeting from way back in March 23rd. Of course, we have another more recent zoning commission meeting minutes as well that we can refer to. Any comments, questions, anything we want to bring of note? No? All right. We'll move on then. Next is the Board of Selectmen meeting minutes from April 3rd. Quite a bit going on here. Any comments or questions or concerns or thoughts or otherwise to these minutes?
No.
Nope, not me.
There's a mention of the charter revision draft report, which is relevant to us. No, if otherwise? If not, otherwise we can move on to the next. We're flying today.
Shortest meeting ever.
On to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Their meeting took place on April 3rd. Anything anybody would like to bring up pertaining to those minutes?
No.
Let me know if I'm going too fast for you, if you need time to
Just look at
look
this.
it up.
Yeah, that was about,
Anything? No?
it was just about renting it out for a dance school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everybody all set with that? Or would you like some more time? Shall we move on? Linda, would you like some
Keep
more
going.
time?
No.
Okay. On to the zoning commission. This meeting took place on April 13th. There was a continued public hearing at that time for the Slovak application at that point, which also came to us. At that point, they moved forward. Of course, the minutes, we don't have the minutes for their meeting from last week, which they did vote on it, finally.
They're voting on the
No.
zone change, correct?
On these minutes here, they were still having the public hearing. This is for April 13th.
Okay.
They did have a meeting, which would have been last Thursday as well, which we don't have the minutes because it's too recent.
Too recent.
Yeah. They voted, at that time, they voted against the zone change.
Hmm.
Anything else on here?
The public hearing is set for May 11th, 2023 for the cannabis.
That would be, yes, that's for actually next week, when they have their meeting here at this time,
I see.
or 7 o'clock.
That's when people can come.
Right, so they're gonna have the public hearing on the cannabis moratorium, which we voted, we were voted against the extension. Any other thoughts, comments, otherwise?
No?
No? Economic Development Commission, a lot of interesting news in there, things I did not necessarily know. Chamber of Commerce. Anybody wish to comment on any of this? No? What's the record for shortest meeting? Are we all set for the minutes? Anybody else want to need a little more time, or should we move on? Or we're in no hurry.
Moving on.
Just about the remediation, 20 Station Road there.
Mhm.
Still going through all the process with that. The developer has not bought the property or anything yet, as I understand. It's just,
Where are people gonna park? That's my question. Well, those new apartments.
I think that's one of the questions that are out there.
that's a
Yeah.
big problem with,
Yeah. Parking is tight around there as it is.
Yeah, yeah, the tenants of the, some of the new properties, of the new businesses are not happy.
Mhm.
I think they're gonna, like, give them part of the property for, like, a buffer zone between their house or something. Did you read that?
Something
The
like that.
developer was gonna give up some space, I guess,
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
neighbor to have
Mhm.
it's not gonna make a difference if there's a building there, but, you know,
Right.
a little bit of a space.
Yeah, right.
Any other thoughts, or comments? No? These are easy, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. We can, everybody ready to move on to informal discussion? I can bring up one thing here. I did, as you know, we put together a letter to the DOT regarding the I-84 Danbury project. I forwarded that to some contacts I had at the DOT that are part of that project. And I did get a response from them, and I'll just read a little bit of it. This is from the DOT. The I-84 Danbury project team appreciates your feedback and recognize the town's support for the advancement of Concept 10, which, as you may
Mhm.
recall, is the
It's
one
in the letter.
regarding the on-ramp, particularly southbound 7 into 84.
Mhm.
The DOT is considering a potential breakout project to implement the dynamic lane use, which is a Concept 23, which is pretty much I think between 5 and 7, those exits on 84, where they may be able to use certain lanes that go, depending on the flow of rush hour traffic. So that probably alleviates some of the congestion that they have there. So the idea is that if they could do something like that, and again, this is in the future. Hopefully we see it someday, right? The idea of Concept 10 and helping to work on that ramp where all of our buildup is, it would be in conjunction with that. So instead of so the flow would then go into 84, and then the Concept 23 would then address the additional flow, so there wouldn't be you're not just moving the backup from one place to another. So yeah, and so then they said, this and other potential breakout projects will look to address congestion and mobility prior to the long-term solutions in the reasonable range of alternatives. So just want to let you guys know that I did hear back
That's
from
good.
them.
At least a response.
Yeah, we'll take any progress.
Yeah,
we
that
make at
area's
this
a
point.
nightmare, it really is.
Yeah.
Even trying to get over onto 84, going the other way, going whatever way that is, west.
Going, toward
West.
Hartford?
Right, yeah, that's like, you're taking your life in your hands if you're trying to get to exit 8.
Yeah.
From there, it's like, oh my God, I can't do it.
And they do have other
Yeah.
concepts that address that,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
That sharp
Right.
curve that you're
Right.
coming on, and if you wanted to get off at 8, that's what you're talking about.
Right,
You're like,
exactly.
Uh-oh,
Right.
you gotta cut across
Right.
4 lanes of traffic,
Right,
actually, because
till
you're
you
on
even
the
get there, yeah,
oncoming ramp.
it's not good, no,
That was a bad design from the beginning.
very
Right,
bad.
right. So
But that's
there-
when cars' top speed was 60 miles an hour at the time, too.
Right. Yeah, and there weren't as many cars on the
Lots
road
slower.
either. So yeah, that's that one. I think that one could be. I think it's Concept 15 is one that addresses that. So they have a few of these other different ideas, concepts that address different parts of I-84 within the Danbury area. I focused on 10 just because that
Oh, that,
Directly
that is the
affects
one that
Brookfield.
yeah we
Directly
all
affects
have to sit in it, at some point.
that's,
7 days
makes
a
no
week.
sense,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, at least there, you know what, we gave them the feedback, it's been heard, and
Mhm.
hopefully we see some results from it, so. Every little bit helps, right?
Absolutely.
It does.
Anything else anybody would like to bring up for informal discussion? You got, the floor is open.
I know, really, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Amazon, what happened there?
I think that
Does
was
anybody
in,
know?
I think that was in the economic,
Economic.
the EDC
Is it in there?
notes there. They said this, at least within those notes, they said that the sign is down, but the plans
Right.
have not changed.
Yeah, I
as-
did read
as
that
of
on-
this point.
Hmm. And what's going on Grace Bridge Road? There's some kind of,
As soon as you turn off of Federal, like
Yeah.
by the
Right.
mobile station.
right,
Oh, yeah, they're.
Oh, where
they're
they're,
prepping-
isn't that where they're,
prepping land there or something.
they're filling, doing a lot of fill. Putting a lot of fill
They
in
had
and,
proposed an Audi dealership there
No.
10, 15 years ago, and it was, oh, it's near the river.
Yeah, it's,
yeah, now, yeah.
I'm not sure what that's addressing, you know, is it, there's lights there, you know, the stands to hold the lights, and so I think that, hopefully, they can put that extra lane there, so, you know, that turn into like Chick-fil-A or. that
Oh,
turn
yeah,
into
that's
ShopRite.
happening, I can see that.
Yeah.
That's happening, that's now what we're talking,
Yeah,
yeah. No, that is happening now, I just see that coming along, but,
yeah, that opposite side by the river you're talking about. I don't know
Well-
what they're doing there, because that's isn't that like that's a flood zone there?
well, I believe that,
Or,
Does seem
you know,
I
kinda
think
weird.
that came, I'm not sure if that passed through us or not, so I think it went through zoning, where, I think that they were gonna put I wanna say a coffee place, in between where Federal and like the
Right,
BJ's
right.
parking lot is, yeah.
Oh, no, this is
The other side.
the other side.
Oh, the opposite side.
opposite side,
Mm.
yeah.
Okay.
Behind Savers, behind.
Behind Mobile
Savers.
Station, behind
Right.
Savers.
Oh, I haven't been up that way, okay.
Yeah.
they're there.
Okay.
Yeah, Grace Bridge, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about over there. That's
Okay.
really, that used to flood sometimes.
Right,
It used to have
yeah,
heavy
so it
rain
makes,
and
I don't
stuff,
know what
right,
they're
so-
doing, yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it'll
We
be in the
haven't
minutes.
seen, we haven't seen anything, right?
Yeah, maybe it'll be in the minutes of next month, so.
But on Federal Road, they never moved the sewer. The sewer things are still in the same spot, so how are they gonna make more lines? Like traffic lines, if they didn't move the sewer
Yeah,
things?
it's good.
Well, they've kind of made another lane in front of like Goodwill.
Yeah.
You can see where they took part of their property all the way up there, so they look like that's where they're
Widening
making,
that
it-
road.
widening
Right,
there,
the sewer
in front of
itself,
MT,
yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes they can lower the sewers also and just put a grading that you can drive over. If they're
Oh.
gonna widen it, you know, like,
Okay.
I don't know if they're doing it there, but. Who knows?
Anything else that anybody would like to bring up?
No.
That's about it. We
That's
talked
about
about the 20 Station Road with the, that area there. It's
Yep.
the same developer across the street.
Mhm.
It's too bad they couldn't, that the town couldn't buy the property and just put a parking lot there with no buildings.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I,
Right next to the car wash across
Yeah.
from, Station Road, 20
Yeah.
Station
Be a
Road.
good spot for it.
They need it, because a lot of the apartment buildings, it's a weird formula. What I understand is, for every apartment, they allot 1.5 cars.
Because everyone has a half a
So
car.
if every apartment has a
Right.
working couple,
yeah.
or
Right.
2 people,
Mhm.
nobody's using public transportation to go to work unless you walk, you can walk there,
Mm.
I mean, around here. So it's 2 cars per apartment usually.
Mm.
So my son used to live in Barnbeck Place, and they used to have to, like, jockey for
Yeah, that's
parking
what I heard
positions
about that
outside
too,
at
yeah.
night to
Mhm.
get a spot, because there was not enough spots for the people that lived there, let alone anybody visiting, so. These developers don't really worry about that, they just, But
But,
it's a problem. My son used to work nights, and his girlfriend worked days, so he would switch his car around outside, and when she came home, he'd switch the car back, so they would always have a space. But, not everybody is doing that, obviously, but they had no spots left, the residents took all the available parking spots that were for visitors
Yeah.
or anything.
But
Yeah.
I think, I'm sorry, I think like in developments, parking is set by the, like, zoning rules. So
Mhm.
they can only have so many spaces per
Right.
complex.
I think they figured out to 1.5, so.
Yeah, which is, yeah. Any
Doesn't work.
condo complex or apartment place has the same problem.
Especially with the town center district, now with all these buildings, and now
Mhm.
they wanna do 20 Station Road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
It's
for,
not even enough
for
spots for
town
people.
to purchase that property would be like a really risky, step because of the issues.
Well, if you don't touch it, it's like asbestos. If you don't touch it,
Oh,
if they
really?
paved over it, once they open that ground,
Right,
then you're
Yeah.
exposing
Right.
everything. All
Okay.
the
Yeah.
dry cleaning chemicals have been there for 40
Yep.
years. But a lot of times I think, you know, you're talking about that place right there. What about the house that's 50 feet away? Their, you know, wells and everything didn't get
Right.
contaminated?
Right.
I mean, that didn't, after all those years, go all over the place. It's just right there.
Well,
So once they open it up, it's like it's best, once you open it up, then they have to remediate the whole area. So it's gonna be, but, you know, I know there's a lot of, probably back taxes and all kinds of stuff on it, and fines and everything like that. They haven't paid taxes or anything like that. And the developer that's interested in doing it, they haven't bought the property yet. They're waiting for the approval from, you know, like the water pollution control to be able to connect to the sewers before they can do it, which
yeah,
Mhm.
is a big problem now,
okay.
because we're developing so fast. It's like urbanization here, and the municipal sewer can't handle it. So
Correct.
it's a problem. We've got another 4 or 5 buildings waiting to go up. 4 of them, I think they've already been approved to connect to the sewer. They haven't, you know, been completed. So a lot of development quickly.
yeah.
Yeah, it seems that way, yeah. There was a lot of talk about it, and then all of a sudden,
There's a lot more coming.
yeah.
Would we like to? I can make a motion to adjourn. Anybody would like to
Go right ahead.
make a motion to adjourn?
Anybody want to?
I'll second it.
I'll
All
There
right.
you go. Everybody say aye.
Everybody in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Always in favor of that one.
Hot mics.